over 100,000 youth in the juvenile facilities in California. That number has risen from 91,873 back in the year 1993. Youth are subject to arrest and at times given a slap on the wrist due to the nature of their crimes. In other cases, they are given the harshest punishment possible. This is life behind bars, the juvenile justice system.
I got really interested because I experienced some social injustice in my life, and I was exposed to that, and I wanted to be involved in how to not only learn. I think that's why we all want to learn. I mean, some of us, that's why we want to know more about it, and then you know, knowing about it and complaining about it. But then I you know, you really can't do anything about that. So I wanted to be a part of an organization that was really wanted to do something.
Mom. Mom comes into jail with them. Mom has to go home with them because he can't even make it through.
As much as they love and care about you, you will eventually burn that bridge. Everybody else follow me. You stay here. Let's go.
You guys, go with them. Parents, go ahead.
Time and again, children have shown the capacity to commit heinous crimes. So when should the decision be made to try kids as adults?
Senator Jerry Brown wants to slam the gates on California's youth prison system.
Most kids that get in trouble when they're teenagers don't turn out to be lifelong criminals. Most of them go through a rough patch, but they come out better on the other side. So we need to do things that aren't going to make them worse.
There is a remarkable and unique experiment going on in the San Francisco Superior Court. So the Honorable Tawny Cantil-Sakaue, Chief Justice of California, dropped in to see it for herself. Judge Kathleen Kelly presides over the Juvenile Reentry Court. It is the only one of its kind in the nation, partially funded by a federal grant from the Department of Justice.
Sometimes ugly history of California's youth prison system could soon be history. California's Division of Juvenile Justice has endured scandal after scandal after lawsuit in recent years.
Simmons was 17 when he planned and committed a murder in 1993. After turning 18, he was sentenced to death. When he tried to appeal his conviction, he was rejected. The law says that since he is mentally incompetent, he cannot be sentenced to death. The 8th and 14th Amendment guarantees him the equal protection of the law. Simmons then filed a new petition. He testified in court using Atkins v. Virginia as a precedent. The Missouri Supreme Court agreed to set Simmons' death sentence aside, with the punishment of life imprisonment without eligibility.
Roper v. Simmons was compared to Stanford v. Kentucky in 1989. The ruling in that case was that 16 to 17-year-old offenders were not allowed to be executed, which violated the societal evolving standards of decency. They drew the line at 18. Juveniles should not legally be allowed to be executed according to our Constitution and the amendments that is.
Tonight, a growing debate affecting thousands of Oklahoma children.
The Supreme Court will hear two cases, one involving a 13-year-old,
16-year-old, and a 10-year-old boy.
Authorities in western Pennsylvania have charged 11-year-old Jordan Brown as an adult in last Friday's shooting death of 26-year-old Kenzie Marie Houck.
The crime increasing in the early 90s, juvenile crime in particular, they started to send more kids to the adult system.
The child's attorney says the boy doesn't really understand the severity of what he's been charged with.